Thanks for joining me on this trip to Isfahan, Iran. Isfahan is a truly remarkable and beautiful city. My name's Don and I'm pictured in the foreground. I did an overland trip from London to Kathmandu and on to Australia in the autumn of 1975. My trip was in a four-wheel drive truck with a group of companions. Group dining. We traveled from Turkey to Tabriz, down to Isfahan, onto Persepolis, across the Great Sandy Desert to Mashhad, and on to Herat in Afghanistan. A map of Isfahan showing the river and the large amount of green areas. Isfahan is located 340 kilometers south of Tehran and is the capital of Isfahan Province. It's the third largest city after Tehran and Mashhad. It's got a population of 1.5 million people. There are a lot of interesting books describing Isfahan. It's commonly called the Pearl of the world. It was well known to the British during the 19th century, and there's lots of old engravings. These 19th century engravings create a real mystique about the place. A 19th century British engraving of the city itself. Yet another engraving showing the mosque and the park. After seeing early postcards, looking at books and engravings, I was quite keen to visit Isfahan. Even the early 20th century photographs excite attention. An Isfahan rug advertising the glories of the city. Isfahan art on postcards. Shah Abbas created a 4-kilometer avenue in Isfahan with a large garden in the center. The residences of nobles lined the avenue. Let's look at the mosque. This is the interior of Jame Mosque. Jame Mosque again. This Iranian stamp advertises the preservation of cultural heritage, and the mosque has become a World Heritage Site. Let's take a look at it. First of all, a picture postcard. More artwork and postcards. I'll do my best at saying these. Naghsh-e Jahan Square. Ali Kapu to the right, that's the Royal Palace. Sheikh Allah Mosque to the left, and the famous Shah Mosque directly in front. Exactly the same view, but looking back. Let's talk about the Shah Imam Mosque. It's a mosque in Isfahan on the south side of Naghsh-e Jahan Square. It's an excellent example of Islamic architecture and it's regarded as a masterpiece of Persian architecture. The Imam Mosque of Isfahan is an everlasting masterpiece of architecture in Iran and all over the world, registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its construction began in 1611. A hallmark of Islamic architecture is the Iwan, an open vaulted space walled in on three sides, shown here in the photograph. Iwans normally open onto an open courtyard. An early picture of the Shah Mosque and pictures today. The ceramics of the vaulted ceiling are truly beautiful. This is the Sheikh Lafua Mosque, constructed in 1619 under the Shah Abbas. A stamp commemorating Iran in 1970, showing one of the bridges. The Shahrastan Bridge. The two-story Kaju Bridge. Now let's take a look at the palaces, the Kepu at night. The palace is 6 stories high and the tallest structure for its time, with remarkable plasterwork and a tiled staircase. This is a magnificent palace built by the Shah Abbas as an entertainment or reception area for guests. The ceiling of the royal palace, or the Ali Kapı. More mosaics on the Ali Kapı palace. Moving from mosque, the Armenian Bank Church. Some of my friends stayed in the Intercontinental Hotel in Isfahan. I camped out. It would have been nice to stay in the Abbasi Hotel, a former caravanserai. It's got an extensive courtyard where guests can dine or enjoy tea, and magnificent mosaics, miniatures, and plasterwork. It's a masterpiece of Islamic architecture. The hotel was restored from a caravanserai in the 1960s, and it's said that to stay in the hotel is to walk through history. This is the Naghsh-e Jahan Bazaar. It's called the map of the world. It's huge and several hundred years old. It takes a day really to walk around and walk through. Looking at a small fraction of the many corridors, they're divided up according to what is being sold. Persian carpets are, of course, central to Isfahan. Persians are experts at beating out designs on metals. Picture of me in the background. Persian dolls. The art of Persia. A display at the bazaar. A Persian artist hard at work in 1975. This gentleman uses stamps, dips them in ink, and then presses them onto the fabrics to create wonderful designs. Shopping in Isfahan. A spice merchant at the bazaar. And yet more bright colors. This gentleman is hammering metal to create a Persian plate. We'll finish off by a few pictures of people of Isfahan. A photogenic child. This Persian girl is in a traditional costume. Iranian women are very attractive. Young boys at the Sayandarud River in Isfahan. Thanks, viewers, for joining me on this quick trip to Isfahan. I'm sorry that I'm not very good at pronouncing names. I'm certainly confident that I messed it up, but please make your comments. Have a good day.